Okay, today we're going to do the last of your forms. We're going to do cones and spheres. So we're going to start with cones. Cones are round at the bottom and come to a point. So step one is to draw two diagonal lines, kind of come to a point. One, two, the top of the cone, making the top of the cone. Step two is to draw half of an oval. The bottom half of the oval, because this isn't straight across, it's not a triangle, it's got a curve to it for a cone. Step three is to shade. So, hopefully you drew that lightly. So now we're ready to shade. I'm going to take my compressed, and I'm going to color it in. I'm going to just color the whole thing in. And then I'm going to use the blending stump to smear that a little bit. Lighten up some of it. Lighten it up on this side over here a little bit because that's the reflective light. So I'm just leaving the shadow, the darkest spot alone. I'm going to take my kneaded eraser and I'm going to erase a highlight in there. So there's a cone. And now I need the shadow. So the shadow I'll do with my charcoal pencil. And come off of here, it's going to come to a point out here. So it comes around the bottom. It's got to be dark because this is the shadow. So there is my cone. I'll zoom in so you can see that a little better. And I kind of lost my edge there, so I'm going to erase a little bit to get my edge back in there. Okay, moving on to spheres. Spheres start out as a circle. So step one is draw a circle. You want to draw it lightly, and instead of drawing one solid line, I want you to make the short little curves and turn your paper, kind of keeping your pinky in the middle in one spot, just turning your paper. If you have a little piece come in, that's okay. You need to adjust it anywhere. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle. I would give you a compass if I want it perfect, but just kind of try drawing it this way. Remember to draw lightly. I'm drawing darker so you can see. Okay? So I'm going to shade, doing compressed over here, so it's going to be darker over here. So I'm going to kind of put like a crescent shape over here with the compressed. Then it's going to get lighter over here because it's got the reflective light. And all over here it's going to get lighter. And up in the middle here I'm going to change and I'm going to start curving my section this way now. I'm going to leave a white spot, and then I'm going to blend it, smear it with my finger. Use my eraser to clean up the edges a little bit because I got a little bit outside my edges with my finger. I'm going to blend that a little bit more there too. Then I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to lighten it all up some. So I'm going to erase this moon over here. And I'm going to just kind of go over this a little bit more here. Just kind of lighten it a little bit more. And I'm even going to go this direction to try and blend it a little bit more this way. Get that to look a little more rounded. I need to clean my eraser. I can erase that a little more there to get really light in there. Almost white. It's not going to go back to pure white, but I'll get a good contrast. Get this to blend a little bit here with the eraser. Okay, so there's the basic form of the sphere. Has almost white, or could be white, and then light gradually going to darker, and then the reflective light on the end over there, so it kind of goes back to being just a little bit lighter. But you're not seeing that very well on the camera, are you? Oh well. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, we're going to do one more. So again, we need to start with the circle. Short little curved lines. Turning your paper. There's my circle. I'm going to, oh, I forgot the shadow on that, didn't I? Back up. I forgot the shadow, sorry. The shadow on this is going to come around this way. Be a little more rounded than the cylinder. And I'll color that in with compress because I want that nice and dark. And compress will go dark quickly. All right. So there's that one. Now we'll go back to this one down here. And I'm going to do some hatching lines on this. My light's still coming from the above left. It would all just be reversed if it was from the above right. So over here on the left side, I'm going to put just a few lines, short ones. Then I'm going to leave some white. And I'm going to do my spread out lines again. Okay. Then I'm going to add a few more over here. And the bottom one's going to curve. Okay, so in the middle, it's almost straight. Anything below middle curves up. Anything above middle curves down. Kind of. Got to follow the curve of the circle. And then I'm going to add more lines over here. So these are kind of curving up. Straightening out some. Now I'm going to start curving down. And then I'm going to cross hatch. Now remember the darkest part doesn't go on the very edge. And these curve kind of following the shape of that circle out there. I'm going to bring these lines out a little bit more because I don't quite have enough room. Okay, so there's my sphere. Now, my shadow is still the same shape as up there. And it needs to be dark, so I need to do cross hatching. sharpen my charcoal pencil here because I don't have much charcoal showing out there. Okay, so there is my